Hi, I'm Hayden Garner, and today we'll be making a TLC plate. We'll be separating
You don't
fluorino
separate,
and fluorine.
you're actually just putting in and moving.
First, we will begin this by marking our TLC plate. For the beginning of this process, you will take your plate, which has been pre-prepared, and you will spot a line across the lower edge. Here's the line, as you can see. Next, you will mark the areas where you would like to spot with each chemical.
Once you have your spot, get the spot first. What do we do first? Did you spot? Okay, you got a spot. No, that's going over here.
Now that you have a line to begin each chemical, you will spot the plate. On the left, we will be putting fluorino, and on the right, we will be putting fluorine.
Okay, so. Yeah, throw it away. Start from the left, move to the right. Left to the right. We'll get a movement going here. Okay, I'm over here.
We will,
So, are you ready?
we will begin
There
spotting
you go. So that's fluorine. Look at that.
with
There you go.
fluorino. If you'd like to, yes please. To begin the spotting with fluorino, you will take the capillary tube, insert it into the chemical, bring it down to the
You may
TLC
have to
plate,
touch it for a while because it's a
and
small
touch
one
it.
until it gets bigger. Just put it straight on and let it get bigger.
and then you will see that
probably.
there's a spot
Is it coming out?
directly on my
Make
line.
it.
Discard the used
Yeah, that looks good. Good
capillary
job.
tube.
Excellent. See this? And now you have now become an expert spotter.
Reseal the chemical.
Thank you.
Place back in the original container. Next, you'll move on to the following chemical, fluorine. With the fluorine, you will again take a capillary tube, insert it into the chemical, remove from the chemical, and spot directly on the indicated line on your plate. Then discard the capillary tube.
Well, I paused it.
No, it's no big deal. I'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out.
Yep. Not my first rodeo, cowboy. Would you like a hand? Yeah. That's the hard part. Plate spot. Okay. Next, we will be preparing the jar. To prepare the jar, you will obtain 2 milliliters of ethyl acetate and 8 milliliters of heptane. This will then be poured inside of the jar. Once you have both of the mobile phases in the jar, you will then place the filter paper in the jar to help keep the saturation within the jar. Lid the jar, seal it, and shake. Now, you will take your already spotted plate and place it inside of the jar. The spotted plate is inserted into the jar with the spotted side facing the filter paper. Ensure that it is vertical inside of the jar while not touching the filter paper. Seal immediately upon placement in the jar. Now, watch as the mobile phase or the solvents travel up the TLC plate. We need commitment.
I don't do Instagram, I don't do Twitter, I don't do Snapchat.
You and Trump are gonna be tweeting together or whatever.
You know, although I did create the Facebook page for the chemistry department. I am the administrator for that. I thought it'd be good for recruitment retention. And then they wouldn't allow me to post anything.
Once your solvent has traveled approximately 80% up the way up the TLC plate, remove it from the jar and allow it to dry. Before the drying process is finished, mark where the solvent ended.
Your stuff before mine. I put my stuff. I think I put my stuff.
I don't know. I cannot answer that question. Remove from the solvent
So slow.
and mark where the solvent level was.
I'm not gonna post.
This will be like used later to help get the RF measurement.
So you're singing this Saturday? Violin? I have a violin. You have a tuner?
Allow the plate to dry completely and then place under a UV light for proper analysis.
Well, I have no idea. Like 25 bucks.
You are now finished with the jar. Properly dispose of the chemicals in a jar clearly labeled waste.
Stinky.
Once you are satisfied with the drying job, place under a UV light to determine the level that your chemicals have traveled to. Entering the danger zone. Here is the UV apparatus. Insert your plate into the apparatus. Once the plate is inserted into the apparatus, visually inspect and then mark where the compounds are found on the plate so that you can take an RF measurement. It is best to mark directly from the center. For the most accurate measurement. You will now take a ruler.
Let's go look. Oh, you can circle.
Nothing was visualized because it's not dry.
It's gotta be in there.
It wasn't dry.
How do you know it
Couldn't
wasn't
see
dry?
Because she couldn't see them.
No, that can't be the problem. Let's go take a look.
The floor gnome traveled a total of 2.6 centimeters, while the fluorine traveled a total of 3.7 or 3.8 centimeters. You now calculate.
There's no calculation mentioned at all in the rubric. You're not supposed to calculate anything.
Well, the RF measurement, which is the distance traveled divided by the total distance. You now calculate the RF measurement by dividing the total traveled distance, by the total distance. So for the floor gnome, 2.6 divided by 7 gives an RF measurement of 0.371, while the fluorine has an RF measurement of 3.8 divided by 7 for an RF measurement of 0.5428. And this is how a TLC plate is made and analyzed in Organic Chemistry 1. Thank you for your time.
Like measuring and stuff.